darn Auburn football right there. You got to figure out that was a good team. You watch their progression. You beat a good team. You beat them bad. You put them away. I'm proud of the way we started, and I'm probably more proud of the way that we went out in the second half. We let a lot of guys play, man. That's going to help us. You young guys, that great experience right there. So you did a super job. I couldn't be happier for you. All right, where's Joe Cribbs at? Right here. Come on up here. Hey, we ran the football for Joe Cribbs tonight.
I'm telling you,
all right.
You guys really know how to throw a homecoming party. I love it, guys. I love it.
All right, proud of you guys. You guys enjoy it. Big win. It's going to give us great momentum. Joe Cribbs, lead us in the fight song. Here we go.
On three, guys. On three. 1, 2, 3. War Eagles, fly on the tree. Never to conquer, never to yield. War Eagles, we'll listen to. Fly on the going and do. Go, go, go. On the victory, strike up the band. Give 'em hell, stand up and yell. Hey, War Eagles, in for Auburn, power of the big city band. Hey!
It's fantastic. It's a great feeling to have an offensive performance like that. Our defense plays solid as usual. And it's just good to get that good feeling back, and it's just good to build on.
I know the offense got a lot of confidence back. We played well again on the defense side of the ball. As you see, we gave up a couple big plays in the secondary, so we're going to go in, watch film, and fix that.
I mean, I think that was huge for us going forward. Obviously the week before was a tough one, so just have a little momentum going forward.
I think, especially on the offensive side of the ball, the defense played great again, obviously. And the offensive side of the ball, we wanted to show that we're a better offense than what we showed last week, and I think we did that. We came out, we got into a rhythm, and I think we need to carry that into next week and into SEC play all year long.
The Auburn Football Review, featuring Coach Ralph Shub-Jordan.
Be sharp, be ready. Tonight's what our program's all about.
This team has the it factor.
The official Auburn post-game show since 1954. This is the Auburn Football Review with head coach Gus Malzahn, presented by Toyota.
Hello again, everybody, in War Eagle. Rod Bramlett with Coach Gus Malzahn here inside Jordan-Hare Stadium, where the Tigers have defeated Arkansas State 51-14. And Coach, before we get into the first half highlights, just talk about the week of preparation coming into this one after the Clemson game.
Well, I'm real proud of the way our guys responded. It was a tough loss last week, but our leadership, our players had a great week of practice and just kept improving, kept working. Just glad it carried over to the game tonight.
Well, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Auburn and Arkansas State.
Tops, white bottoms, white numerals, white lettering, white helmets. And Daniel Carlson drives that one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 in Arkansas State territory. White flips it out, near side, pass is caught, 35, and taken out of bounds. 15 yards on that play to throw again. Now White will scramble and run. He'll take a sliding feet first slide into the 26-yard line. Wojcik fakes the handoff, and he keeps it, and that was a poor decision. It's the defensive front, Derek Brown and Andrew Williams wrap him up. 2nd and 10 now, trips to the near side. That's the open side of the field. They'll run it right up the middle, at least try. And there's the freshman, Derek Brown, to lay the wood. Kerryon Johnson moves to the right of Sean White. White looking to throw, under duress, flips it out as he falls down to Kerryon Johnson. Spins away, reverses field, look out, he's at the 40, gets to the edge, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, leaps a man, into the end zone, touchdown Auburn! 47 yards, Kerryon Johnson making something out of nothing. 1st and 10. White takes the snap, has time, plenty of time, deep downfield, and the pass is, oh my goodness! It is caught by Kyle Davis at the 5-yard line. Kerryon Johnson at the Wildcat now. He'll keep it himself, and he's in. Touchdown Auburn. Kerryon Johnson from 1 yard out. Stops him on the near hash mark, Sean White. Now we'll hand it off. Around left end, Kerryon Johnson was in motion late on that play, coming from left to right. For Sean White, 5 for 6 for 89 yards. Sean White tosses it back. Kerryon Johnson, short side of the field, leaps into the air over a defender head first towards the far boundary. Sean White over the middle, pass caught. Stevens, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Auburn! Tony Stevens makes the catch, a little move to avoid the defender, and he'll run it in. Carlson in, an attempt to 37, snap, place, Auburn's gonna fake it. A behind the head flip to Carlson, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Daniel Carlson! Oh, razzle-dazzle trickery from Gus Malzahn, and it burns the Red Wolves, and the Tigers lead 27-7. Wide right, here comes a man in motion, Will Hastings from right to left. Third down play here. White with plenty of time, downfield, back shoulder, Tony Stevens makes the catch for the first down. Hastings in motion. Sean White to throw. Sean White, left side, Hastings catches it, and at the 5 and into the end zone. Wide open, Will Hastings, touchdown Auburn. Montravius Adams and Josh Olsey on the tackle on that last play, and Wojcik gets sacked. He gets hit, and he gets hit hard by Marlon Davidson, the freshman out of Greenville, Alabama.
So the Tigers lead 38-7 after one half of play. And you and I talked about this on a couple different occasions during the week. The improvement from week 1 to week 2 seems to be the greatest. Boy, that really showed true in this game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And, you know, offensively, obviously, we didn't play well week 1. We really talked about, hey, we got to improve. And we felt like we have a lot of youth and experience the first time guys have played or played together. And so we felt like that week 1 to 2 would be the biggest improvement, and tonight it was.
Sean White, 17 of 23 for 244 yards. Talk about his play.
Yeah, I thought he did a very good job. He did a good job protecting the football. When we're at our best, our quarterback is able to run the football too. He did a good job on the zone read, did a good job on the power read, and then made some plays on his own too, you know, on scramble plays. So he had a very good night.
You know, Stan and I talked about this on the radio, and it's natural to think of a Cam Newton or a Nick Marshall with the big games. But your quarterback doesn't necessarily have to be that kind of guy. He averaged 6 yards or more per carry tonight.
Yeah, he sure did. And he made a couple of wild plays too. You know, the one on our sideline that I don't know how he got it to Kerryon Johnson, and of course Kerryon Johnson brought it back to the other side of the field, and that was one of the big plays of the night.
All right, Kerryon Johnson, Cameron Petway, a nice little 1-2 punch you had.
Yeah, and it was good to get Petway out there running the football, and it is. You know, both the guys had over 100 yards rushing, and that will be a good 1-2 punch moving forward.
Nate Craig Myers had one of the best catches I have ever seen. Yeah. Talk about your view of that from the sideline.
Well, I think it was Kyle Davis.
I'm sorry.
But Nate did a good job.
Kyle Davis.
Yeah, Nate did a good job too. But yeah, it was a while. I mean, like, golly, you know, I didn't have a very good angle, but he came down with it. They said he caught it, and then I saw the replay at one of the timeouts and went, wow, that was a good catch.
Odell Beckham's name was thrown around in the booth up top, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that was an
nice.
Unbelievable catch by Davis. And talk about the fake field goal. Daniel Carlson. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how fast he is, but he's got some long strides.
No.
What a great play, though.
Yeah, he's fast. He's a 4.6 guy, and, you know, Coach Hand and Coach Fountain have been working on that for a few weeks, and they felt like this is the week. And as a coach, if it's there, we'll let it rip. And so they talked to me before and said, man, let's do it, and it was a nice play.
All right, 38-7, our halftime score. We'll be back here on the Auburn Football Review.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Better Network. Verizon, better matters.
I count slowly, slowly, slowly getting faster. Once I start counting, it's very hot.
Baby, I'm 90% sure the cart's moving.
It is so exciting. I could count forever, count until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love counting.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2016 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Good or better? The Hyundai Sonata versus the Toyota Camry. The Sonata has an available panoramic sunroof. The Camry? No. In the Sonata, available Android Auto. The Camry, no again. And only the Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The 2017 Sonata from Hyundai.
America, it's time. Time to break free from the confines of your couch. To tear yourself away from the tyranny of technology. To revolt against a social revolution that's anything but social. It's time to embrace the possibilities right outside your door. It's time to build your Declaration of Independence.
And we're back here on the Auburn Football Review. Time now for our academic spotlight. And this week, it's Gary Walker Jr., son of Auburn great Gary Walker, who is a pre-vet major.
The Academic Spotlight is brought to you by Hyundai, proud sponsor of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
I came to Auburn and I chose pre-veterinary medicine. And I chose it because my entire life, I grew up on a farm, just grew up around farm animals. It was great, riding horses, feeding cows, hunting, fishing, real country life. You choose whatever you want to be in life, and being a vet and getting, being able to take care of animals, it'd be something I like to do.
Gary was in my intro biology course, which was a pretty large course, but he introduced himself on the first day of class, and I was taken by how friendly he was, and then there were a couple, he was just always right there in the front row.
The most valuable thing my college education has taught me, let alone, being from a family of 6 and, having 4 siblings, is that if I go and establish something for myself, then, my brothers and sisters will follow. So I feel like I'm doing a good thing as a role model.
There were a couple of times that he really surprised me. Like, he would be the one person in a room of like 300 students who would have an answer for me. And it was on a couple of things that just totally blew me away.
I want to start my own vet, or I want to go and go into like equine, help breed horses to big time racers and stuff like that. My major has helped me realize a different level of commitment and a different level of effort when it's put in on and off the field as far as classwork goes. Football has definitely helped me in my major, because as I feel like I'm getting better on the field, I get better in the classroom.
It's pretty clear that being part of the football program is very demanding on him. I was really quite proud of him that he was able to balance his efforts on the field with his efforts in the classroom. And I know it's a big challenge, and I was proud of him for being able to meet it.
In order to balance it, you have to sometimes sacrifice certain things. And you feel like, whether it's like watching TV or staying off your phone late at night, certain things that you just have to hunker down on.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. And by Great Southern Wood, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
I'm John Merrill. As your Secretary of State, I want to ensure that every eligible U.S. citizen that's a resident of Alabama is registered to vote and has a qualified government-issued photo ID. You can register to vote by downloading our app for your iPhone or your Android, or you can visit alabamavotes.gov. We want you to be registered to vote and have a photo ID. You can make a difference. We'll see you at the polls.
It's the final days of Nissan's Bottom Line Summer Event. Now save big with 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models and no payments for 90 days. Plus, get up to $3,000 bonus cash. Get to your local Nissan store today. Hurry, offers end soon. Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the Auburn Tigers.
Americans don't celebrate the good enough canyon. We didn't aim to be second to the moon. Verizon doesn't settle for good enough either. So now we're introducing Verizon LTE Advanced. With 50% faster peak speeds in more than 450 cities coast to coast. So don't settle for an unlimited plan with limits. Switch now and get our best deal. 20 gigs of limitless data with 4 lines for only $160. Welcome to the Next Gen Network.
Getting ready here for the second half. Tigers a winner over Arkansas State, 51-14. You lead 38-7 at the half, Coach. I know it was important. You get the ball first. To kind of come out and just pick up where you left off and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We were up big at halftime. We talked about, hey, let's go out there, let's play good Auburn football this second half. And I thought we did a good job starting it off. And really, for the most part, we got a chance to let a lot of guys play and gain that experience, and it didn't get really too sloppy, and I think that's a tribute to our players.
Yeah, you saw a lot of guys tonight, that Malik Miller, Cam Martin, you got John Franklin in for a lot of snaps. How important is that going into next week, just to have them out there for some snaps?
There's no doubt. It was very important, especially for John Franklin, to get some more reps out there. And of course, the 2 young running backs are both going to be very good players. And it was good for our second offensive line to get out there and get a full quarter of work too.
Haven't even asked you about the defense. I mean, my goodness, just another terrific night.
Defense did a great job. They stopped the run in between the tackles, and I thought it was big. Gave up the one play down the middle, but for the most part, had another very good performance.
All right, let's take a look at the second half highlights.
Rudy Ford, Kerryon Johnson back deep, a short kick that will bounce at the 10 and into the hands at the 8 to Ford, and he's up in it at the 20 as he tries to run it ahead. And in motion is Ryan Davis. The handoff to Cameron Petway, a cutback gets him to the 30, to the 40, and tripped up from behind. Carlson kicks it up, plenty of leg, and it is good. I tell you what, we're getting a little spoiled. That's all right, though. He's just, as you mentioned, very good in space. No gain on the second down. White rolling right, dumps it off, making the catch. Cam Martin, and he has a first down into the Arkansas State boundary. 9 of 12 on third down conversions. White looking at third down and 3. Throws it on the run. Pass is caught. Darius Slayton down the near sideline for the Auburn offense. White wants to throw for first down. On first down. Scrambles right into the corner of the end zone. Zips it in there. Caught. Touchdown Auburn. Tony Stevens with his second touchdown catch of the night. All right, here we go. Third down and 9. Wojcik wants to throw, and he's swallowed up and sacked. Down goes Wojcik. Carl Lawson. Franklin's going to roll to his right, take off and run. There goes Franklin. He's at midfield. Near sideline 40, and last man to get him out of bounds at the 35-yard line was Money Hunter. Maybe a few plays. Franklin keeps it off the fake. Franklin 30, Franklin 25, and yanked down by his jersey. Snap placed by Stovall. Kick is up, has the distance, and it is good. Daniel Carlson does it again.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Better Network. Verizon, better matters.
An Auburn University education emphasizes hard work, that training becomes wisdom, and that you can only count on what you earn. Auburn graduates believe in honesty, a spirit that is not afraid, and preparedness. Because one never knows when cause for celebration will arrive. This is Auburn.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, we're as passionate about your health as you are about Auburn football.
Good or better? The Hyundai Tucson versus the Ford Escape. Estimated fueling costs. The Ford's higher.
Whoa.
Estimated routine repairs. The Ford's higher.
What's happening?
In fact,
Guys?
Hyundai has the lowest 5-year cost to own of all brands for 2016. So again, Ford's higher.
Guys?
That's really high.
Very funny! Ha ha! Ha!
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The 2016 Tucson. From Hyundai.
Welcome to Kicking It with Kevin. I'm here with Trey Williams. Trey, where are you from?
Mobile, Alabama, 251, baby, yeah.
From the 251. Thank you for reminding us. Which coach are you the most like on this team?
Am I the most like?
Yeah.
I'm more like Coach Steele, though, laid back,
Yeah.
Sometimes I, start yelling, but, laid back.
Favorite Auburn celebrity?
Charles Barkley.
And why?
I just like the way he played basketball, man. I just like his intensity, for real.
Do you like the way he plays golf?
Never really watched it, but I heard he was terrible.
That's exactly right. And so, what is one dream vacation if you could take? Where would you go?
Dream vacation.
Yeah.
Is it appropriate to say Las Vegas? I don't know why I should say Las Vegas.
You don't want to go anywhere exotic or anything?
That's pretty exotic. You ever seen Las Vegas? All the lights and big TVs and.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. You're Kicking It with Kevin. Thanks, Trey. Word.
It's now time for the top 5 plays of the week. Presented by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites. Number 5.
Sean White. Over the middle, pass caught. Stevens, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Auburn! Tony Stevens makes the catch, a little move to avoid the defender, and he'll run it in.
Number 4.
Petway in the backfield. And they'll hand it to Petway, and he gashes him right up the middle into Arkansas State territory, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's tripped up from behind at the 2-yard line.
Number 3.
Carlson in, attempt to 37, snap, place, Auburn's gonna fake it. A behind the head flip to Carlson, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Auburn, touchdown Daniel Carlson. Oh, razzle-dazzle trickery from Gus Malzahn, and it burns the Red Wolves, and the Tigers lead 27-7.
Number 2.
White takes the snap, has time, plenty of time, deep downfield, and the pass is, oh my goodness! It is caught by Kyle Davis at the 5-yard line.
And your number 1 play of the week.
White looking to throw, under duress, flips it out as he falls down to Kerryon Johnson, spins away, reverses field, look out, he's at the 40, gets to the edge, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, leaps a man into the end zone, touchdown Auburn! 47 yards!
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. And by Great Southern Wood, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
I'm Jamie Foxx for Verizon. In the nation's largest independent study by Root Metrics, again, Verizon is the #1 network.
Hi, I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. And I'm Jamie Foxx for T-Mobile. And we're just as good.
Really? Only Verizon was ranked #1 nationally in data, reliability, text and call, and speed. Yeah. And you're gonna fist pump to that?
Don't get limited by an unlimited plan. Switch now and get our best deal. 20 gigs of limitless data for just $160 with 4 lines. All on America's best network.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, we're as passionate about your health as you are about Auburn football.
I count slowly, slowly, slowly getting faster. Once I start counting, it's very hot.
Baby, I'm 90% sure the cart's moving.
It is so exciting. I could count forever. Count until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love counting.
Lease a 2016 RAV4 XLE for $209 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
An Auburn University education emphasizes hard work, that training becomes wisdom, and that you can only count on what you earn. Auburn graduates believe in honesty, a spirit that is not afraid, and preparedness. Because one never knows when cause for celebration will arrive. This is Auburn.
And we're back. Last segment here on the Auburn Football Review. Auburn a winner over Arkansas State, 51-14. And before we look ahead to next week, getting to roll the Tumors Oaks for the first time. I know you're headed up there, and great to see the fans back up there, getting to roll the actual trees. And I know you're going to have a fun time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hadn't done that in a while, and looking forward to seeing our fans.
And hopefully get some Waffle House a little bit later on as
yeah.
well. Texas A&M next week, conference opener. Certainly. First 2 weeks offensively, it looks a little more like a Kevin Sumlin offense. What a great challenge here at home.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They got great players. It'll be a huge challenge, and we'll need to improve, from week 2 to 3.
All right. Texas A&M here next Saturday night, 6 o'clock kick. We're on the air at 4 p.m. Central on the Auburn Sports Network with the Tiger Tailgate Show from outside Jordan-Hare Stadium. We'll see you back here next week on the Auburn Football Review.